Look nice, like that shirt. That's not that's not inexpensive, I don't think, that shirt.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay. It's nice.
this is this is a polo shirt, so it's
60?
pretty cheap.
Yeah. No, just like do you feel like you buy nicer? Well, I guess I mean this might sound like a stupid question, but do you buy nicer clothes as you get older? I guess so, huh?
No, I've changed the
Oh,
way I dress. Now I'm going to places that I never ever would go before, and that is Target, Ross. I'm finding that I'm getting clothes that fit my interest better at cheaper places, which is really ironic because I've been going to the expensive places
yeah.
and I find that their clothes aren't as interesting
No, that's cool.
as the cheaper places.
Oh,
I get way more compliments on how I dress now that I've gone the other direction. It's really ironic.
that's cool. That's actually kind of cool. Very nice. And I like polo shirts. I've been thinking about getting some. So when I saw yours, like, oh, that's nice.
Never in my life have people, let alone students.
Women,
We did a show on this where
did
I
we?
said people, well, not a show, but I would say students would say, Mr. Wire, what's up with those pants?
Oh yeah, I think so.
They're worn out. Mister, your shoes are just ugly. I and that was more in my 20s.
Yeah.
Then I started paying attention more in my 30s. But I never had students say, Mister, you're a good dresser until this year.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good feeling.
And it's a good feeling.
Hey there, welcome back to Pod and Deliver. Ruben, today we have an article that actually in the LA Times dated February 11th, 2025. The title is LAUSD Misused Millions in Taxpayer Payers Approved Money Meant for Art Education Suit Alleges. So there's a suit, actually, the suit is brought by Austin Buettner. Buettner. It was a former superintendent of LAUSD schools, and so he brought the suit up because he was part of a group of people and lawyers mostly got together and put together Proposition 28. This proposition basically stated that schools throughout the whole state of California should and need to hire new art teachers. And the money is not to go to existing programs, as in, helping with salaries or helping with money that just to replenish. It's not about replenishing. It's about new teachers, new funding, new positions. And so when Buettner, in this last couple of years, been looking into LAUSD, seeing if they were doing what they're supposed to do regarding this proposition, he and some others found out that LAUSD was misusing the funds. When I say misusing, they were not using it for hiring new teachers. And he was really upset, and he and some other parents and actually students have come together to have this lawsuit against the district. And so, yes, it's a shame. I think this is brought up, Ruben, at a time where we're seeing in our country misuse of money and this program or this agency Doge, run by Elon Musk, going after government agencies. And even in California, we're having some issues with some of the money that we spent regarding this railroad, right, that goes to Las Vegas, I think, or no, it goes to San Francisco, and so this bullet train. And so looking at this, maybe a smaller issue, but 77 million is a lot. $77 million is a lot of money for LAUSD. We got that chunk of money, and so it's just, I think it's a good thing that we look and investigate, find out where money's being spent. And the district, to be fair, the district has come on and said, no, we haven't misused the money, but they haven't really been very clear on where the money went. It doesn't look like they hired new teachers. And they did mention that they put some of the money in salaries, which it was not supposed to go into. And they're saying, yeah, teachers make a lot more than they did a couple of years ago, so we're putting money towards that. And Buettner's like, no, no, I wrote this proposition, and that's not where the money's supposed to go. So there's some legitimacy to what he's saying. And I don't know, Ruben, how do you feel about this? I mean, have you heard about this issue?
Well, I have, and I would say that we uh, we need accountability. One, we need transparency that is crystal clear where money is going. So there's a lot of complaints. Everybody's always complaining about, oh, the charter schools, oh, these and that. How about you make a defense for the public by being transparent where the arts funding went? We need more art, don't we? It feels like we lost it.
For
It feels like
sure.
there's certain things that we had as kids that are no longer available because we're throwing money at all kinds of things. Do you remember in the early 2000s, all these buildings that were being, construction sites were
Yeah.
being built around LAUSD, and they were very confident that it was expanding. Little did they know, oh no, charter schools were coming, private schools were coming. People were just going to leave LAUSD. And I'm not dumping on LAUSD, but like it's a waste zone, a war zone. I'm just saying, what happened to this money for the arts projects? What happened to the art teachers? We need this. We need more of it. Um, it's education isn't one thing. Education isn't just math and science. I'm somebody who teaches English too, and I just take it for granted that there's going to be art and not just for elementary schools. So
Yeah.
that's a very sad thing. And didn't they say something about the money going into buildings or something?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They're not being very clear on where the money went. They did mention, yeah, we do have some buildings that have to get, because a lot of these buildings are old. Our school is like almost 100 years old. So yes, but that's not what the proposition was for. So that's why they're being more careful in the words they're using because they know that this lawsuit's happening. But I think well, I don't want to say what's gonna happen, but I do know that, like you shared, there has to be accountability. And so let that happen. It's probably going to happen in the court of law, and the money needs to go to where it needs to go. And I agree with you. When we are kids, there were a lot of art programs, and some people believe that might be the biggest part of school because I mean, that's where kids start falling in love with music and art and and drawing and we have these great artists who will go on and do some great things. And if they don't have avenues to go there and do that, it's just what a shame. And that's kids many times are excited about coming to school just for those art classes. And yeah, the English classes are important and the history classes are important, but that's so important to have those programs.
Well, here's the thing though about English, a subject that I know well about is that art lends itself to the subject, in the sense that I have expectations when I assign certain things. I don't want my class to just be reading. Okay, now time to write the essay. I want it to be an engaging experience. So I give an assignment to my students of writing Shakespeare. We're reading Macbeth. You have to write on a piece of paper Shakespeare tragedies. It's like an art piece. Shakespeare tragedies, Shakespeare comedies, but turn it into an art piece. Make it artistic in some way. It could be a drawing. It could be color kind of centric in the sense that it could be. It doesn't have to be you drawing. Not everybody's a great artist in that sense. But you look at some of the responses, some of the submissions, and you notice things. You notice that some students are great artistically, but others might not have gotten that support. And the expectation is you can do something artistically. You can work at it. You can find the differences in colors and shading and things like that. And are we losing that? It's kind of sad.
Yeah, and I think it's important. Last thing I'm going to share is I think it's great that teachers like you and others who have English and history bring in your art, bring that in. Kids, don't be afraid to do that because the kids really get a lot out of it. And I have a whole cabinet full of art supplies, and I use it. I try to use it a few times a year just because it's good for them. It's good for me to even assign that to because that's not. I'm not very comfortable with art, but I know that it's good for me to stretch out, and I think and to learn new lessons that has that part of the lesson. So anyway, thanks again for joining us on Pod and Deliver on this fine evening. Have a good one, and we'll see you soon. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Bye bye.